Right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is my current configuration. As you can see, the television now is set to TV and it's displaying a blue screen with no signal and a countdown, or is it counting up? No, it's counting down. 4 minutes 28, 27, blah blah blah. What's going to happen after that time elapses, I have absolutely no idea. But so the reason this is in TV mode at the moment is because it has to be in TV mode permanently, although the TV is not tuned in at all and there is no aerial connection to it. Now just selecting HDMI 1 on there, that should bring up, yes, there we are, that should bring up my Roku box. As you can see, it's bouncing the Roku screensaver around at the moment, so I'll just show you quickly the Roku remote. There it is. Now the Roku box is behind the DVD player because this thing uses Wi-Fi for the remote rather than infrared. So I'll just click that and that will bring the Roku page up, and there is my channels. So I'll just click over to the right and go down. And there we are, back to the start again. So they're all the channels that I have configured on the Roku at the moment. Netflix is there. Obviously I have a subscription to Netflix. No TV license is required to watch any of this stuff, by the way. I mean, Sky Store I'm not sure about. I don't have any of this Sky stuff programmed into my Roku, and I have no intention of doing so either. So let's just load up BBC iPlayer. Again, it is not possible to watch or record anything as it is broadcast off the Roku iPlayer, right? Or indeed any of the channels that I've got programmed into the Roku. That is not possible, and that is the only reason a TV license is required. If you are watching or recording broadcasts or programs as they are being broadcast, okay, these aren't, so therefore no license required. Now then, featured, and look what we've got smack bang in the middle, The Apprentice. Well, wowee, how exciting. I won't be watching that. Most popular, oh my good God, EastEnders, Doctor Who, the Graham ... I assume that's the Graham Norton show, is it? Probably, I don't know, I don't watch that either. Favourites, well, I haven't got any favourites because there's nothing at the BBC show that I'm really that remotely interested in, to be honest with you. Then we go on to categories. You've got comedy, drama, entertainment, blah blah blah. Channels. Now, currently we're on BBC One yesterday. Let's just go up and across to today, right? Now, as you can see, the time is currently 1:15, and you know, it's either coming soon or not available. So in other words, if these things haven't been broadcast, then why is that there? BBC News at 1, last chance. Why is that there? Just let me check the time, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, my clock in the room is wrong. It's 2:15. So given that's been off air for quite a while, that'll be why it's up on iPlayer, the BBC News at 1. But anything on the BBC iPlayer on the Roku is, excuse me, if it's been broadcast and BBC want to shove it on iPlayer, as far as I'm concerned, if it's on the Roku iPlayer and available, then it's good to go. Now, so that's the Roku. Now, as you'll have probably noted, my other setting was HDMI 2, so I'm just going to switch to that, as I've just done, and show you what is connected to HDMI 2. Just power it up. Come on. It's only slow, this thing, isn't it? There we are. Right, so that is my DVD player, Samsung DVD player. Obviously no license required for watching DVDs. So let's get rid of that, turn that off, and I think in fact I can turn the TV off as well, because I really don't need that anymore. The only other box that I've got is a satellite receiver. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, I'll just move this down a bit so I can get the satellite receiver in. Right, there's a satellite receiver with that little blue thing on it. See if I can zoom in a bit. Where's it gone? There it is. Right. So, I don't know whether you can see that, ladies and gentlemen, but that says LBC. Right. Now I'm just going to... This satellite receiver, by the way, is not connected to the television in any way, shape or form. However, it is connected to the hi-fi system. So if I just take this off mute...
72's closed in both directions after an accident between the A31 Petersfield Road and Boworth, keeping you moving. Your next travel updates in half an hour.
This is LBC.
Right, so as you've just heard, that was LBC radio. Right, no license is required for receiving radio broadcasts, so given that it's not connected to the TV in any way, shape or form, just to the hi-fi, again, no laws broken there. Now, when I first stopped, no, I'll stop there. I'll turn this off and I'll turn the camera back on, and we'll discuss this when I'm looking at the camera, okay? Right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that, I suddenly decided that I was going to discuss this on a more personal level with you, face to face, so to speak. When the BBC used to write to me, he used to send me all sorts of letters saying my property was under investigation, and somebody would call around to visit, and what to expect in court, so such forth. Right. No one ever showed up at my door, and the letters stopped. But the perception, whenever I talk to people when I'm out and about and this subject pops up, you know, somebody might say to me, did you see such and such on the telly last night? And I'll go, no, sorry, haven't got a TV licence. And then 9 times out of 10 they'll probably say to me, have you got a television? And I'll say, yeah, got a television, big 42-inch flat screen, thank you very much. And they go all shock horror, well, you must have a TV licence. I said, but I haven't. And they go, well, you'll get found out, you know, they'll take you to court, they'll do you. And I go, what? Do me for what? I'm not breaking any laws, okay? And it seems that you know, there's this perception of, if you have a television, it goes without saying that therefore you must have a TV licence, and it's just total utter tosh. It all depends how you use the television, right? I've just shown you how I use mine, okay? Perfectly legally, by the way. There is not any single element of criminality in my use of a television. Now then, even if the BBC, who by the way seem to farm this stuff out, because I don't think that they really want to be seen as having their hands sullied by such dirty things as collecting money, if you see what I mean. It's probably a bad way to phrase it, but you know, you get the idea, right? So what they did, apparently, they created a trademark called TV licensing, and then they currently farm this stuff out to a private company called Capita. Now, the people that come knocking on doors saying, I'm from TV licensing, well, for all intents and purposes, as far as I'm concerned, how can you represent a trademark? You know, if they came round and said, I'm from the BBC, right, I want me money, right, then maybe they would garner a little bit more respect, though probably not, you know. But that's the way the situation is currently, right? And these people that come knocking on people's doors saying, I'm from TV licensing and our records indicate that there is no licence at this address, right? Do you know how much authority those people have? Have a guess. Shall we do a countdown? Zero. They have as much authority as somebody knocking on your door selling dusters or clothes pegs or hello, I'm from Akeem Double Glazing, right? No authority whatsoever. Now then, that aside, people will say to me, well, they could apply for a search warrant. Well, that's true, they could, but a search warrant requires some evidence, and as you've just seen my setup, there is no way that anyone could garner any evidence, you know. They can stand outside my door all night or stick a glass up against my window, right? They will not hear any broadcast television at all. So, you know. And search warrants are very rare, right? They really are rare. Look, in order for the BBC to get a search warrant for somebody's property, it costs a considerable amount of money, right? And also, normally, excuse me, normally under one of these very, very, very rare search warrants, there are two employees acting on behalf of the BBC via Capita, this private company, right? So there's normally two of these people who will turn up, right? And also there will also probably be also two either police constables or a police constable and a PCSO as well. Now they are there, the police, I mean, if under this very rare search warrant carry on, right? They're there wholly to prevent a breach of the peace, right? You know, imagine the scenario. Two guys from Capita turn up at somebody's door on their own, right? And the person who answers the door gets a bit agitated with them, and, you know, threatening behaviour and that sort of thing. You know, it could happen, right? So I guess that's why they have the police in tow. But the police are only supposed to be there to prevent any breach of the peace, right? Now, what was I going to say then? Oh yeah, so look, these things are very rare. They're so rare to the point of not even concerning yourselves with, right? I mean, provided you're not breaking the law, as I'm not, okay? So, you know, just don't worry about it. My advice to anybody who has the same or a similar setup that I have, and they're not watching or recording television as it's broadcast, right? Any letters that you get through the door from this TV licensing trademark, which is really the BBC, right? Don't open them, because the letters are worded this is my opinion, obviously, the letters are worded in such a way as to invoke a response from the person who sent it to, right? That is the last thing you want to do. Don't even send them back. You know, a lot of people scribble obscenities on the envelope, you know, like you and this, that and the other, right? And send them back. Don't, because that just indicates that the address is active, right? The best thing to do, if you're a little bit, you know, and don't open the letters at all. Just either burn them or shred them and put them in the bin, right? Anybody knocks on your door, your first question is, who are you? No matter what they say first, right, establish who is there, first of all. Don't say anything, you know. Don't even confirm your name, you know. If somebody comes knocking on your door and says, oh hello, is that Mr. Bell, right, your first response to that should be, who are you? And if the person refuses to confirm who they are, right, you just say, look, if I've asked you a valid question, if you're not prepared to confirm who you are, please leave now, right? And if they don't leave, then me personally, this is just me, right, if they don't leave, I would tell them again, right, look, I've asked you once, I'm asking you the second time, this is the final time I'm asking you, please leave now, right? And then, if they didn't go, I would be straight on the phone to the police. Obviously not 999, you know, because I would imagine it wouldn't be an emergency unless they're behaving in a threatening manner. But I would ring the police, right? And that should be enough to put the fear of God into whoever it is and get them to leave. And also, me personally, I would be stood at the door with my video camera running as well, so it would all be recorded, right? And I advise of the people to do the same. And that is how you deal with these people, right? Because, I mean, okay, I haven't had that much grief off them thus far, but, you know, you never know. Like I say, if you're not watching or recording TV as it is broadcast, letters, bin them, shred them, don't open them, don't respond to them, don't send them back. People knocking on your door, first of all, find out who it is. Don't confirm anything. Oh, and a final point, right? Because some of these BBC Capita people, I've seen a few YouTube videos, and apparently some of them get up to some dodgy stuff, right? I can't substantiate this because it hasn't happened to me, but you know, I could imagine it goes on. So, for example, one of them may say to somebody at the door, can you just sign this just to say that I've been, right? And, you know, they might fold this form up in a way that, you know, you think, oh yeah, well, he just wants to sign this, you know, to say he's been, and you sign it, right? And then the next thing you know, before you've turned round, right, what you've actually signed is what they call a TVL 178 form, which is basically, you know, the person you've just signed the form for takes it away, and he goes, marvellous. Fills all the details in, right? TV set scene, yes. TV make, so-and-so. Channel on at the time, BBC One. They had this box, they had that box, right? And you've signed it, right? and that's virtually impossible. I'm not saying it is totally impossible, but you've just dug yourself a bloody big hole by signing something, right? Because it's a confession. If you see a TVL 178 form and look through it, right, and somebody's signed it, what it actually is a confession, a signed confession. I have done what it says above, even if you haven't, right? And like I say, it's very tricky to get out of that in a magistrate's court, you know, because television licensing, in other words, the BBC, and I've sat in a magistrate's court and in the public gallery and seen these alleged TV license evasion cases being heard, right? And it's very difficult, you know. The guy from Capita will stand in the court and he'll say to the magistrate, oh yes, and our representative, they like to call themselves officers, right? It's either inquiry officer, enforcement officer. They like that one, you know, it's grandiose, gives them a bit of air of authority when they actually have none, right? You know, went to Mr. or Mrs. so-and-so's house and he's the signed confession, Mr. Magistrate, right? And the magistrate looks at it and he goes, yeah, guilty, bang, fine so-and-so, court costs so-and-so, victim surcharge so-and-so, next, right? you know, by signing something at your door, you know, for some BS reason that somebody's given you, right? I mean, why talk to these people anyway, right? Somebody's at my door and they're not going to identify who they are. As far as I'm concerned, my interest is gone instantly, right? Just, you know, door shut, ta-da, bye. You know, any reputable company or anybody genuine knocking on your door, if you say, who are you, then their response should be, oh, I'm from, you know, Hakim Double Glazing or whatever, right? But, you know, dubious tactics. You've got to be very careful, right? So, right, that's my little video. Well, not so little, I don't think. Over for today. I might actually split this into parts. Actually, I'll have to work out the total time for when I join the other bit up with this bit, and I might do a bit of a, you know, what's the word? You know, like a bit of a run-in to it at the start. I don't know yet, I haven't decided. Anyway, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Catch you all later. Bye.